All right, so today we're going to take a look at section 1.1, which is solving simple equations. And so the first thing we want to do is a little bit of review. So simplifying algebraic expressions. And they ask you to simplify 10b plus 13 minus 6b plus 4. And what we want to do is combine our like terms. So 10b and negative 6b would be our like terms. So 10 minus 6 is 4. So we're going to get 4b, and then 13 plus 4 is going to give us 17. So our final answer is 4b plus 17. We have a second problem that says simplify 5 times x plus 4 plus 2x. And so the first step is to distribute the 5 to both terms, x and plus 4. So we end up with 5x plus 20 plus 2x. And then we can combine our like terms. So the like terms are 5x and 2x, which gives us 7x. So for our final answer, we have 7x plus 20. Now I'm going to ask you to go ahead and try it yourself and simplify these expressions. Okay, the next thing we want to do is review adding and subtracting integers. So the first problem example I give you here is 4 plus negative 12. 4 plus negative 12, it's going to give us negative 8. And then the second example says find negative 7 minus negative 16. So if you can remember, subtracting is the same as adding the opposite. So we can go ahead and we can change this minus into a plus, and then we change the negative 16 into a positive 16. So we end up with negative 7 plus 16, which gives us a final answer of 9. Now there is a little song to help you remember here. So when the signs are the same, you're going to go ahead and add the numbers and attach the sign. But when the signs are different, you subtract. And then you keep the sign of the larger number. So in our first example A, we had the numbers 4 and the numbers 12. 12 is the larger number. So, and that had a negative sign, which means that we need to attach that negative sign to our answer after we subtract. Down here, we end up with negative 7 plus 16. So we have different signs, and the numbers we have are 7 and 16. 16 is the larger number, and the sign there ends up being positive, so our final answer is positive. So why don't you go ahead and try it yourself? You have 4 problems you need to add or subtract. All right, so now for our lesson, solving simple equations. We want to remember that addition and subtraction are what we call inverse operations, or they are opposite of each other. So when we're solving equations, whatever we do to one side of an equation, we must do to the other. And we want to use our inverse or our opposite operations in order to help us solve and isolate the variable. So in example A, solve x minus 7 equals negative 6. We want to get the x alone. Well, the opposite of minus 7 is plus 7. So you can see that I've added 7 to both the left side and the right side of an equation. We get a solution of x equals 1. You can always check your work by substituting that value of x. So we'll have 1 minus 7, which is negative 6. That's what I expected. In example B, y plus 3.4 equals 0.5. The opposite of plus 3.4 is minus 3.4. So I subtract 3.4 from both sides, and I find out that y equals negative 2.9. You can also check your work, and you'll know that you're correct. Example C, we have h plus 2 pi equals 3 pi. We're solving for h. So we're going to subtract 2 pi from the left side and the right side. And then we get that h equals 1 pi. We can check our work and we determine that we're correct. So now here are some for you to try on your own, and remember to check your solutions when you're done.